Trent Wagler and the Steel Wheels here in Studio B. May we have another song, please?
Yeah, absolutely. This one's called Adventures of Grace and Henry. When you were born, the world shut down. Everybody took a little time to come around. We sang your song before we knew the sound. When you were born, the world shut down. Like a fiddle needs string. I'll sleep when I'm bored, I gotta serve my king. I can see it in your smile, you got everything. Oh, I need a little grace, come on down. We can paint the walls, we're gonna paint the town. Oh, the rainbows in the window won't fade away. Rainbows in the window won't fade away. Show me, little roadie, can you light my day? Rainbows in the window won't fade away. From all time, they know about struggle and a worried mind. But when I see your face, I gotta hold you tight. I know I've gotta let go every day of my life. I need a little grace, come on down, we can paint the walls. In the window won't fade away. Rainbows in the window won't fade away. Show me, little roadie, can you light my day? Rainbows in the window won't fade away. Part that sea, it'll be a brother and a sister family. And in every adventure there's a front row seat, where I'm gonna write it in the scripture of grace and Henry. I need a little grace, come on down, we can paint the walls, we're gonna paint the town. Oh, the rainbows in the window won't fade away. Rainbows in the window won't fade away. Show me, little roadie, can you light my day? Open up the window and show the way. Oh, I need a little grace, come on down, we can paint the walls, we're gonna paint the town. Oh, the rainbows in the window won't fade away. Color in my memory won't fade away. Rainbows in the window won't fade away. Rainbows in the window won't fade away.
Steel Wheels, Grace and Henry, live here in Studio B this afternoon on WNCW. It's a pretty song. That's another one from Everyone a Song, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Another thing that occurred to me when we were talking about how you guys conceived and put this project together. I feel this as a radio host, probably at a lesser extent than maybe sometimes you musicians do, but it seems like in normal times, if there's any such thing, there's lots of folks out there who need or want somebody to talk to, or they have things they want told. And I thought that was magnified hugely last year during the pandemic. Everyone started feeling even more isolated and scared, and however they were feeling, but they have that need to express. So is that something that drove your decision to put this out there for the fans? Or
Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit of what happened, maybe this connects to that. For us, I think it was a sense of just, one thing that the pandemic did was just sort of level everybody. We all went through this at the same time. And I remember those initial weeks just feeling like, what is there to lose if we try something and it's terrible? Like, everybody's just trying right now. Like, I remember seeing early on, like, I saw the Rolling Stones do, like, one of those sort of, like, videos where they were playing in different, boxes or whatever, and it wasn't real well done, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, no shade on them, but, like, it was just kind of like, oh, we're kind of doing that same thing, and they're the Rolling Stones, you know what I mean? And there was that feeling that I think, one thing we've talked about a lot with these projects is usually when we go into a studio and we record, everything feels like it's got this weight to it, where it's like we're just so precious about every moment. It's like this is the album. Like, this is going to stand. We want this to stand up to the test of time, and we always do. And I would put these albums up against our other albums, but there was a sense of like showing your work and just being like, hey, listen, this is what we've been doing, and so I think there's something about that has a few more warts and all feelings, even though we played our hearts out on it. It was like, in the moment for this album, we weren't creating an album. We were creating a song one at a time.
Yeah.
And much later we decided, hey, let's put this out. So in the moment, we were just like, oh, let's try this. And there were loads of ideas that we had that were kind of pushing us outside of our own musical boxes sometimes, because we were like, this will be fun. Let's see where it goes. And it'll serve this song, but we may not have made those choices in another record. So I don't know. There were a number of angles to this album that made it very unique and a different kind of story.
I feel like it offered something to your fans as well, something additional, because during that year, obviously, I think it was therapeutic for people to have an outlet to be able to tell a story, or to be able to unload something, or to appreciate, some of the things that they have. And so, and many other things. That's just what came off the top of my head. But
you're so right about it being an isolating time, though, and it felt like, we're not essential workers by any stretch, but
you are to us.
Well, we kind of thought, what do we have to offer, and it, it came to be a good way to connect with people through music.
I don't know how many entries that you had. I'm sure you had lots because you have a lot of fans. But and this may seem like a cheesy question, but I know there was probably some that stay with you or were more unusual, or for some reason. Do you have one that sticks out that you go that for whatever reason is the most memorable, or the one that struck you the most?
I don't know if I could put one as the most memorable per se, because we had frequent flyers. We had several that people who commissioned multiple songs, and so there's almost like a part one and part two, and there's a few songs like that were fascinating, and there were funny stories, there were just touching and heart-wrenching stories. I think the toughest were those songs where we're trying to pay tribute to a life that's been lost, and that feels so much responsibility to try to like nail it for that family.